Then the second one, a person who is still attached to the three worlds has no renunciation. The three worlds there's different ways of understanding the three worlds. In the oldest Indian texts, the three worlds were earth, atmosphere, and sky, or heaven, sometimes they said. And that was the cosmos. They just as a way of talking about the cosmos. In the Buddhist text, they tend to say desire realm, formless realm, form realm. But what it just means is the universe, the known cosmic universe of samsara. Samsara, you know this word, yeah? Samsara means the universe as interpreted by a samsaric mind, which sees crappiness everywhere. Okay? And so samsara and nirvana, the opposite of this is nirvana in the Buddhist tradition, or moksha in the Hindu tradition. The opposite of samsara is not a place. It's not some place. It's not some like exit off the freeway somewhere. It's a change of attitude. It's a change of interpretation. It's a change of perspective. So in some of the Buddhist texts, they say nirvana is samsara. Nirvana is samsara. You go, wait a minute. I thought nirvana they're different. There's two different words. Nirvana is samsara means nirvana is potentially right here, right now. It's nowhere else, and it's doesn't require you to wait a long time, to get into nirvana for like 55 billion lifetimes or something like that, or have to go to Alpha Centauri to find it. Alpha Centauri. See, it could be right here, right now. So samsara just means a perspective on reality, and I'd put it like this actually: an unrealistic perspective on reality is samsara. An unrealistic perspective on reality. So for example, thinking unrealistically that changing things are unchanging is samsara, because it brings you pain. It brings you disappointment, right? So let's imagine that you get a brand new iPad and you bring it home and you turn on your iPad and you go, oh, look at the iPad, and it does all these things. What does the iPad do anyway? It goes to the internet. You go, I know it does that, right? Yeah, put books on it. Yeah, oh, it does all these things. And every time, you boot up your iPad, boot up your iPad, boot up your iPad. One day you will boot up your iPad. If you have a new iPad, one day you will boot up your iPad and it won't work, right? It won't boot up. And then you go, oh my God, my iPad doesn't work. I'm having such a bad day. I'm having an iPadless day. Right? The iPad was never always going to work. Is the iPad a changing thing or an unchanging thing? Yeah. And the iPad one day will be blender material. Okay, it will break. What about your new car? The cars now, they don't even have keys. So, there's not even have to put your key in them anymore. You just press a button and it starts up. Press a button, starts up. Press a button, starts up. Press a button one day and it doesn't start up. And you go, oh, I'm going to be late to my dead-end job. My car doesn't start up. How can I be a mixer if I can't get to work? I'll never be a famous mixer. My car doesn't work. Well, your car was never going to work always, you see. The moment you bought your new car, the moment you bought your new iPod, it was waiting to break. Right? It's just ticking. And so that doesn't mean, oh, I shouldn't enjoy iPads or new cars, but just don't be unrealistic about them, you see. The samsaric mind is the one that thinks, oh, somehow my car will always start up. You see? So you don't have to have any kind of faith or belief system. This is just reality, right? What about people? Are they changing things or unchanging things? They're changing things. And one day they're not going to boot up. You see? No, one day your loved one's just not going to be there anymore. And then, we go to pieces. Oh my God, how could this have happened? How could death have happened? Well, what did you think? If you have a birthday, you're going to have a death day. Right? What's born dies. Of course, this is reality, kids. I don't want to think about that. Well, that's not going to change it. And in fact, not thinking about it and not paying attention to it is just going to cause you more suffering when it occurs. See, death isn't going to stop because you don't like it. Change isn't going to stop because you don't like change, because you want to arrest change. That's not going to change. Change isn't going to change. See, change is. So the samsaric mind is the mind that tries to arrest change, tries to pit itself unrealistically against the realities of life. Things change. What about you? Are you a changing thing or an unchanging thing? And one day you're not going to boot up, you see? So these are just the realities of things, right? So a person who's attached to the three worlds has no renunciation. Means a person who's attached to the idea that with a samsaric mind I can be happy, has no renunciation, means has not given up the coal that's burning them. You see, we're holding a coal in our hand going, ow, ow, what should I do? I'm suffering. I lost an iPad. I lost a loved one. I lost my health. What should I do? I'm suffering. So let go of the coal. Let go of the unrealistic expectations that you have of life. Right? Unrealistic, totally unfulfillable, totally unrealistic. Let go of that coal. You see, let go of ignorance. In the Buddhist tradition, the Hindu tradition also, sometimes they say that the main problem is ignorance. In the beginning was ignorance. Avidya, you see. So among other things, in the Yoga Sutra they say, ignorance, what does ignorance mean? It means, among other things, mistaking changing things for unchanging things. Mistaking changing things for unchanging things. And everything's changing, see. You're changing, the world around you is changing, your iPad's changing, your relationships are changing. So relax already into reality, okay? And stop fighting, you see? Stop fighting the change. It isn't going to not change because